I guess my job in life is to make other people happy. And if I can make other people happy, then I feel pretty happy myself.
Once a week, Professor Spagna Moss makes a lot of people happy. Children all over the country tune in to a radio program produced in Juneau at KTOO-FM.
Welcome once again to We Like Kids for a half hour of magical music for kids of all ages. I'm Professor Spagna Moss here in the Electronic Mystery Lab, where just about anything can happen.
And through the imaginations of the creators of the show, just about anything that delights kids of all ages does happen. Jeff Brown and Judy Hall are staff members at KTOO, but for a few hours each week, they're Professor Spagna Moss and Alpine Annie, bringing songs and stories to public radio nationwide.
We Like Kids.
When We Like Kids first started, we were aired on about 20 stations across the country. 20 stations cared enough about kids and had an opening in their program schedule that would allow that to happen easily. Over the past couple of years, that number has increased to just about 50, and that's due to the fact that people are becoming aware of not only the importance of children and families in their listening audience, but also that they better do something, because public radio listeners are getting older.
And that was part of the mission of We Like Kids, was to dispel the myth that kids don't listen to the radio, because the radio is an excellent medium for children. It fosters imagination. It's also neat to be getting these kids involved in radio, because we have kids come down to the station, record with us, and help us choose the music. We have some resident kids, such as Leaf Saya, who comes in and chooses the music. My own son does a lot of the choosing of music. He's our storytelling expert. Every weekend we bring home just a pile of storytelling tapes and listen to them, and he tells me which ones he likes, and I tell him which ones I like, and we compare notes, and we listen to them together, and so he's one of the kids that really helps.
Basically what we do for a radio show is we select a theme for the show, and sometimes we purposely go for a theme, and sometimes it accidentally happens, and sometimes people suggest a theme. We find songs and stories that fit the theme via a selection process. We have hundreds of cassettes and lots of songs and stories, and select which songs and stories that we want to use.
But it also works the other way. I'll be going through our collection, which is pretty huge, of kids music, and say, wow, there are a lot of songs about peanut butter. Maybe I should write a script about peanut butter and tie it all together through the songs and stories.
And we'll finish the script. We'll look it over and toss it back and forth a couple of times to make sure that what we've said makes sense.
We can listen to the story before we do the recording, because
we could do it like we did here before, where Leaf goes, wow, and then you could go, watch out for that elephant.
Okay.
We go in the studio then and record our voices, and that's always kind of a fun process, because you're never really hearing the music. You're just laying down your voices. Stand by. Hello and welcome once again to We Like Kids for a half hour of magical music for kids of all ages. I'm Professor Spagna Moss here in the Electronic Mystery Lab, where just about anything can happen. Today we'll be listening to songs and a story about magic. And for my first trick, here's Alpine Annie.
Wow, hi, Professor. How did you do that?
We have a lot of fun in the control room when we record the voices and bounce back and forth, yelling and screaming and having a good time. Okay, open your mouth, stretch your mouth. Wow. Great. Okay, let's just rehearse some stuff here. And, easy, Annie. This is the magic show on We Like Kids.
Yay!
And I'm the professor, right?
Right.
No, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I want to go continuous. Right, correct again.
Okay, but this easy, Annie. This is a magic show and We Like Kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Abracadabra, abracadelephant. Bring to the lab a gigantic live elephant.
Oh, wow. Watch out for that elephant, Leaf.
It's just a real fun environment. And then the next day, Judy goes in and cuts all the mistakes out that we've made.
I think the final roll-up is my favorite part, because it's tying it all together. It's tying the 10 hours or so of work that it takes to put a show together. in its final version. And so that's the most fun. It's also the time when we get to sometimes listen to the songs all the way through.
My favorite part of We Like Kids is when we get response from listeners. When somebody says, "Wow, I really like that program. It really made my day." That makes our day when we hear from people back. That makes it two-way.
Jeff's commitment to kids and music goes with him when he leaves the radio station. Along with his friend Billy Hudson, they've become the hit of the 10 and under crowd around Juneau as the Wigglers.
Did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail down by our bay? Down by our bay.
I love performing for kids because they're with you. You see that little sparkle in their eyes that really knows you're connecting with them. And if you can make them smile, and they'll remember smiling, and they'll grow up happy because you've taught them to live and love music. I think it's important that everybody start dealing with children with a little bit more respect, because if we don't show them respect now, when they grow up, they're not going to show people respect. If we don't care for them now, they're not going to grow up to be caring people. And that's what we are trying to do, trying to encourage everyone to pay attention to the kids.
Perhaps there's a little part in all of us that longs to be a child again when days were filled with stories, songs, and fun. It's good to know that from a radio station in Juneau, Alaska, kids around the country have Jeff and Judy keeping the magic of childhood alive for the kid in all of us.
I like the spontaneity that children have. I like the honesty that children have. And children like to have fun. I like to have fun, so I like kids.
I never thought why I like kids or why we like kids. They're fun people to be around. They're honest. They have lots of energy. They really like to smile. And they really like to have serious conversations with you sometime. They're just like anybody else. I like people. I like kids too.
We Like Kids is produced by Judy and Jeff at the studios of KTOO-FM in Juneau, Alaska. And I guess now it's time for me to disappear.
The shape of radios have changed over the years, but radio's ability to entertain remains. And we'll be back again to entertain you on Rain Country next week when our program returns at the same time. Hopefully, you'll join us then. I'm Scott Foster. Have a good day.